Previously on The Amazing Race, Colorado, 6 teams started on their 4th leg, and a grueling intersection paired teams up with one another and forced them to carry logs.
Stop pulling me through the bush!
The Gray Team alliance solidified, but after Mary was hurt by a cameraman, there was tension amongst the two.
Anna hurt me! I didn't mean this!
Alec and Chris came in first, closely followed by Zach and Chloe. But Reese and Rowan made a wrong turn at the detour, causing them to backtrack for 30 minutes.
We're gonna get eliminated.
And became the 3rd team out of the race. What will happen this episode? Find out right now on The Amazing Race, Colorado. Hello everyone, I'm Alex Johnson, director and host of The Amazing Race, Colorado. I hope you guys have been enjoying the race so far, but here is episode 5, or at least an explanation, because there was a situation that occurred after episode 4, or leg 4, and now I'm here to address it. So I need to tell you guys this will fill in for episode 5, and here you guys go. Number 1, so right now the Amazing Race, status of the race so far, the Athlete Bros and the Daters, both strong teams, that's Alec and Chris and Zach and Chloe, both strong teams. They've been coming in first quite a few legs now, and they're kind of dueling for the lead, so they are the front runners of the race so far. The Gray teams, Mary, Melanie, and Ethan have formed sort of an alliance. They've kind of had a shaky relationship up to this point, but they're here. The 3 teams that have been eliminated so far are Lindsay and Olivia, the Thespians, Leah and Sarah, the Neighbors, and Reese and Rowan, the Family Friends. So unfortunately those teams did get eliminated, but now I just want to talk about the situation after leg 4. So number 1, this was kind of a shock, but we didn't realize it until it actually occurred. There was rain that had come in, and like I said, we didn't realize it.
What you just said?
Time.
Possibly, yeah. Alex, could you just say what you just said to the camera, please?
Yeah.
Why?
No, I don't.
Oh, yeah.
Why?
What did you just say? What did you just say?
He said there's no
We
rain.
have plenty of time. The rain is
Is that what you said?
supposed to start from
Oh, yeah, sure.
Yeah, so we didn't realize the rain, but Reese and Rowan had yet to show up either. So this was after leg 4 and right before leg 5. I think this was just after Gray Team showed up, and we were just waiting for the other teams to come in, and we were especially getting nervous about Reese and Rowan because usually they're within the first few, which was kind of surprising, so we were kind of getting a little bit worried. And then the cameras were dead, so a few of the cameramen, they came up to me and they told me, Alex, our cameras are dead or out of memory or this, and that was poor planning on my fault. I didn't have enough memory, battery power to power all these cameras, so that was my fault. But yeah, most of the cameras were dead in that situation. So then finally, Reese and Rowan did show up.
Yeah. Rowan, Reese, welcome.
Right after Reese and Rowan showed up, we had some difficult calls to make because a few of my camera people and just people on the race were just telling me, you know, there's lightning only 2 miles away and we are gonna have to cut this race short. And especially some of the production managers, they told me the next leg is through this huge field, and with lightning only 2 miles away, it might be a bit dangerous for those teams. Anyway, let me describe episode 5 as best as I can. Basically what episode 5 would have been is the teams were going to start off right with a detour, and it was going to be either a word search or they had to race down a trail until they came upon an area of large hills where they would then have to find one idol, and then they'd have to run back up and give the idol to the challenge checker to get their next clue. Same with the word search. If they found all the words, they would get their next clue, and then they would head up this hill. After that, they would experience their first U-turn of the season, which basically means if you get U-turned, you have to go back to the second half of the detour and redo the second half of the detour. Then, right after that, they would have had to race down the trail where they would get to their roadblock. They would have to take baseballs and they would have to throw them at pieces of wood that would be on this huge rock. And they'd have to knock down at least, I think, 3 pieces of wood to get their next clue. And then after that, they would have to race to their pit stop, which would be in the middle of the field. So that's episode 5. It would have been an intense leg. Anybody could have gone home, and it would have been really fun. But unfortunately, we didn't run leg 5 or any of the legs after that, simply because the rain had come in and all of our cameras were dead.
Rolling.
Hello, Amazing Race fans. This is Alex Johnson, the host. I regret to inform you that the rain has started in Colorado and most of our cameras are dead. We will be continuing this race tonight at 7 o'clock, but it will be darker. And the
Wait, what?
so we hope you keep watching, and it will be good. So thank you and stay tuned.
Anyway, during the time of the race that we were debating what was going on, that was when Reese and Rowan were way out in the Garden of the Gods, because we didn't actually know where they were. They had just booked off to the Garden of the Gods because apparently there was another pavilion out there that they thought was the pit stop, which unfortunately was not the case, and they backtracked for about 30 minutes and ended up at pit stop number 2. The production manager finally found them. So during the time we were debating what was going on, Savvy and Matthew, they did have to leave because they both had prior commitments the next day, and I think they were just tired from the race so far.
Hi, Alex Johnson here again. Unfortunately, Savvy and Matthew also have to leave, so I literally have no idea who the teams are now.
No surprise, there's a new team.
But there's no more team. No, there can't be.
Alright, so next up, we have the Gray Team switch. Now, before I get into that, Gray Team was the only team for after leg 4 to get their interview, so I feel like I should just put that in right now. And this is both Mary and Melanie and Ethan, so have a look.
How do you think that leg went?
Great.
Yeah, we owned it. 3rd place. So much physical work.
Was that the difficult part?
No, shoving the marshmallows down my
Oh
throat.
my gosh, that was
Marshmallows were the most
nasty.
difficult. I took like 4 of them and shoved them down my throat. It didn't even bite.
I think also like trying to find where the Marshmallow Man was. That was kind of, we didn't do that very well.
No, it was really obvious too.
Yeah. Look, there's a random guy standing over there.
Let's check the other way.
What's your strategy moving forward?
Not working with these two.
Because we want to beat them.
Just kidding. I like you guys. Please help.
So it was good working as a team for this?
Yeah.
For this round, it was good.
Yeah, they did most of the labor.
They did a lot of the labor. They did most of the
Mainly him. He just carried the dog. Hernandez.
That's it.
The only other him. Yeah. So now we're enemies.
So during the time as we were waiting for Reese and Rowan, in addition to having Savvy and Matt leave due to prior commitments, Ethan Hernandez and Melanie both had to leave because they had other stuff in the evening as well.
Hi, I'm Melanie.
Ethan.
And we have to leave halfway through the race.
So we're letting other people take our place, but
Yeah, Mary and Ethan and Rowan and Reese. So yeah.
So in turn, and this is something that I kind of got involved with as well, Mary and Ethan, they both decided to make a new team, kind of forming the Gray Team together as one, and they decided to continue racing. So that is really good, And I think with the next episode, you will see Mary and Ethan do a really nice job. Last but not least, if things couldn't have gotten worse on this day, Zach, Chloe's partner from the dater team, he also had to leave because he had work, but instead, Chloe's mom actually came out and she decided to help Chloe and be her partner for the next leg, which was really exciting and good. So, and then once again, Savvy and Matthew, when they did have to leave, they did say a little goodbye message with Reese and Rowan and Leah and Sarah because they all left together. So here's Savvy's little goodbye message.
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay,
can you guys
according
still do it?
due to weather and we had to postpone it, us 3 teams are leaving. We give everybody like good luck and good job, Alex. and-
Don't die.
So that means that
Hopefully we
there's
can find a
only
cameraman.
about 3 teams left. So the next leg will be the finale.
So once again, after that, guys, we just had to go back to my house for a little while, and then right after that, we went out and finished the race. We did the final leg with 3 teams. So let me tell you a little bit about that. So Alec and Chris, the only original team throughout the entire race, they're back for the finale, which is going to be really good. It's Chloe and Chloe's mom. So they were out there, and Ethan and Mary, they came out and they finished it, so yeah. Again, I am sorry guys for the situation, but this is Colorado. You can't control the weather. Anything could happen at any time. Here's a before picture of what the sky looked like before the rain had come in, and then here is an after picture as to where the rain came in. And you know, that's just in the span of 4 hours, and that's the weird thing about Colorado, is that the weather is always changing and anything can happen at any time. So again, I'm just really sorry that this happened. I'm sorry if this wasn't the episode 5 you guys were expecting, but it's the episode 5 we got, so I'm sorry about that. We will have a very long finale and a very good finale, and it's going to be one of the most exciting episodes. If there's any more questions you guys have about the race, please comment below and just let me know. I'll respond to all of them in the comments this time, just because this was a situation that just occurred and I think you guys deserve to know about it. Well guys, that wraps it up. Thank you for watching The Amazing Race, Colorado, episode 5. If you want to see more, make sure to subscribe to Rockledge Studios and stay tuned for episode 6. Coming next week. Here's a sneak peek. 6 weeks ago, 8 teams started an incredible journey, and after 5 legs and 5 brutal eliminations, only 3 teams are still in the competition. As the 3 remaining teams embark on their final leg, surprises are still in store for the teams. Who will win? Only one thing's for certain. It is anyone's game. Tune in for the season finale next week on The Amazing Race, Colorado.